Alrighty, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. On the Hudson, when we went to put water in the radiator, it did not hold water. So basically, that halted everything. And the reason being is the radiator of this car mounts the front end, mounts the hood, holds the grill, bolts to the fenders. It does all that work for me. So I just can't go get any radiator fit this thing. I have to try to fix what I have. Me and Jolene went over to the radiator shop and tried to get it fixed. Let's go to the other side, get the radiator going. So we took it to the radiator shop. He came out and looked at it. First, I actually went in with a plan. I said, is there any heroes in here that can fix the radiator that I have?
Hero.
Well, that's basically what I said. And they come out to the truck and took a look at it, and he said, no, they could not fix it because there was so much solder involved. It would leak everywhere. And I said, well, you know, can you replace it or whatever? And he said, it'd be about $1,500 just to replace the radiator. And it's very crucial. I want this radiator because it has all the hookup for the rad shell. All the hookup for the rad shell on this side. It has the mounts in the front for the fenders in the front end or in the rad, like it's hard to believe, but it's all part of this. So this is what I'm doing to fix the problem. We have a $50 rad. We bought this at the last car swap. We paid $50 for it. I think it's a Dodge rad. We bought it from the Green Reflectors actually. So this is what I've done. This is the rad that I had. This is the rad I want to fix. But I want all this stuff on the outside because it's important. It holds the car together. I do not want to try to figure it out. I do not want to buy a $1,500 rad and then spend $1,500 of my time trying to figure out what's already here. That's where I'm at. So this is what I've done. I've taken a big grinder with a zip cut. And it's not over yet. I'm going to show you the process and hopefully get it in. But I took a big grinder with a big zip cut on it, big sucker, and I used this right here. I used a little hacksaw there. And what I did is I cut this all off. So remember the rad hose at the bottom? That really buggered me up on the Hudson Terraplane and caused quite a ruckus. But we're moving on. And that is steel. Like there was nothing I could much do to that. And you can see how that was on there like that. I cut that off. I cut the spout off here. I cut the center of this out. I cut the core right out of it. Cut the core out of it. I cut the bottom of it. You can see the brackets right here that come up and hit the bottom of the radiator. I cut them off, pulled them out. You can see where the bolts. Stop it. You can see where the bolts were hard up against the tank at the bottom. It probably was, I'm not sure if it would have failed on time, but whatever, it is what it is. Cut that out. Now, the radiator, I did a little measuring on it. It did not fit. Did not fit. I cut the top out. Cut that out. Took my time, just cut it out. But now what I've got is I've got everything that bolts that car together right here. So this is where the hood holds on. This is where the grill shell bolts on. Grill shell bolts on. And where it mounts to the frame right there. That's why I need that. And I want that. And that's why it's so important for me to have this radiator shell, because I didn't want to figure that stuff all out. And the reason I don't want to figure it out because it's right there. So this is the radiator that I have. We paid $50 for it. I've cut this off and this off. That's how it mounted before right there. It had a screw hole there, screw hole there, or a bolt hole there, a bolt hole there. That's where that radiator would fit. That would bolt onto your rad support. That's how it would connect in all over. Let's take the radiator. What I have done is I'm going to put the radiator inside of this. I think I am. One side in at a time. And put that radiator in there. On the front of the radiator here, you're not going to be able to tell because the tank is still in the front. We're all held together on the outside. everything's still all together nice. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to take the rad and I'm going to weld that tab I got cleaned up there on the side, and I'm going to weld that to that metal piece on the outside there. We'll weld that up there, right? And then what I want to do down here is I think I want to put something like that sits on the frame. When it was on the frame before, it had this piece on the bottom of it. And you can see where the bolts, carriage bolts were coming up and hitting that. That was there. Well, I'm thinking that should maybe be a little bit stronger where it's being on there. It had all this support before, like it was coming up and whatever. So what I'll do is I'll maybe cap something on the back side of this metal here we have here. We'll make it a little bit stronger, and then we'll go from there. But what I want to do is I want to see if I can even, if I bring that out like that, if I put something on the back side, it's not going to affect anything. And then I'll put the radiator in it. I'm going to maybe take a piece of hose. We'll cut a piece, something here to make that not so sharp when you go to reach your hand in and check the water or something like that. That's where the water was before, but we're just putting a rad inside of the rad that was there before. This is what I want to do first though. I want to take this. I've got the bolts here. They're not staying in place right at the present moment. The reason they're not staying in place is because the radiator's not up against them anymore. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something in here just to make it a little bit stronger. I mean, I don't know what that is yet, but piece of flat bar. That would make it a lot stronger. Just add that there. Just across this, you'd have to bend that like that to do anything with that. So I'm thinking that we'd be fine there. This is on the back side. This is where I want it to go. So this is what I'm going to do. Get my marker, my glasses, cut some stuff. Thanks for coming back, everybody. Queen Jolene's on the camera, and I'm Bad Chad. I'm going to put that up a little bit so it welds on nice. That's just to make that stronger. Now I just kind of move that so I don't know where I'm to. Nathan is on the other side working on the 50. Just rebuilt the carburetor. He said that he found the Kingsport Beach in there. Hi, Nate.
It still might not be any good.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Positivity will get you. Will get you more places. Positivity. Yep.
I had another one to try on, but we don't.
Not right this second. We don't. It's popping a little bit, is it not? That blade's scary, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's scary. I'm just going to mark that again. Or I should mark it again. Stop that. There's the newest one. So where's it at? And this is just to strengthen the bottom up because the radiator support is gone. So put that support up. No doubt get Doug to help me put it in there. I wish, well, let's say I wish, but I could have took off and tried this earlier. But what happened was when I was denied of it being fixed, that's when creativity becomes involved because I want it to work. So basically, if I want it to work, I have to come up with something or the cash to make it work. And I just wasn't going with the big dollar radiator because I don't have to. touched my finger with that, I did. Touched my finger with that, I did. Now we're going to nail that on the bottom. Actually, I want to clean them bolts up on the bottom. I'm just going to clean them carriage bolts, and I'm going to tack them to that steel frame. I'm going to tack them to the steel frame. That way they're in place, and I won't have to mess with them. Because before, they were held down with the radiator. You know what I'm trying to tell you. Just pull that out of there. Knock this off. Something holding you back, you know, get creative and move on. Go for it if you can, you know. It's a good feeling when you can repair something. It's a good feeling when you can repair something. I'll repeat myself again. It's a good feeling when you can repair something. Using your old coconut. It's a good feeling. I'm hoping that goes all the way over there. Need a ground. Ground me. Just wanting them, or just wanting it to stay still. Because it's going to bolt down, obviously. Bolt down, obviously. I just want to hold the nuts, or the carriage bolts in place. Let's weld in the, nope. Let's do this. Put this down. A little bit of a challenging thing to hold and work on at the same time, but you can do it just as well as I can, just like using a phone for the first time, I guess. I can't hold Jolene's phone worth the crap, but she can, because she practices. Practice. Just gonna line that up. Very important. One's to hold it, check it all over, see if you like it, and then weld it on. Two is it's in place. I know that seems so trivial, but what a good piece of information it is, like if you really think about it. How many times have you welded something on and not took the time to see if it's put on there right? And think about having one tack help you do that. Let's weld her on. I guess after that, come up with a plan how you want to weld it on there, or how you want to weld it on there, and how you want to make it look. So basically, once you get it tacked on there, one holding it, two it's in place, then you have to go in your brain is, how am I going to weld it up? Am I going to weld it one stitch at a time? Am I going to go every inch? Or am I going to go beat? You have to make up that mind before you get started. This is the way I like to do it. You do it any way you want to do it, but I just like to do the every inch thing with one dot at a time. Just trying to make it as neat as possible. Hope that makes sense. Sure it does. Now, I really feel like we have something along the bottom there that's strong. Stronger. Don't want to hit that with anything. Don't want to touch that with nothing. The back side. Let's do this. So if you have a project like this, where the front grille holds everything on, and you need a radiator, you can do this just exactly like I'm doing it. Because I'm doing what I got to do to make it work. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Now, I got lots of room there to get my hand in, get the cap back on. That's good. Just need to get it held in place, don't I? So, I'm going to get I got a friend named Rod that's visiting. I'm going to get him to hold it for me. Rod! Give me a hand for a second. Rod's been a high school friend of mine for, well, since high school, but I just need a hand holding this up. Just hold. So I just need to. What I'm looking for is, see this here, there. See that little piece of metal there? I'm just looking for that to run out there like that, and this one to run it here. So I'll hold it up like, say, see how that's running straight across here? I want this to come down. See that right there? Come down like that, so I can weld that right there. But I want that sort of straight across, like so. If you know what I'm trying to say, I could. How about I tack one? We'll get one to hold it. One to hold it. Or watch your. Oh, gotta put a ground on, or I'm gonna be mad.
You were working over on this side of it for a minute, weren't you?
Why is it warm?
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit.
That won't hurt you. I'm just gonna tack it on this side. Nope, don't want it there. I don't think I want it there. That's not bad though. I'm gonna actually stick it on there just a second. Oh, got it there now. Now, I'm gonna go up on the. If you just want to hold the bottom, I want to hold this side. I want to straighten where I want it. I want to get that on the top. I'll pull this up a little bit. Down there, just. That seems fantastic. We're down in there. Down in there. That's good. I just want to come.
You want it down a little bit, huh?
Bring it over just a bit. Bring it over my way just a bit. I heard something start up. Do you hear something start? Just pull it up just a little tiny bit. Got her. There. Look like it could go up some. Huh? Up a little high in that one? Looks like it, don't it? Or I could just leave that and pull this up. Yeah, down across the bottom. You see that down across the bottom?
Yeah, I see the thing. It's
Yep.
going
So up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to nick that off. I'm going to change
So
it.
this has got to go up on this side.
Yeah, I'm just going to knock it off. Actually, I have to knock 3 of them off. And then we'll move it up, because one will hold us. If you want to hold it in place, I'm going to cut it. I'll get one cut here, and then we'll get situated. Yeah, so which one am I going to hold on? I'm going to leave.
What one looks better? The top one or that one? Which?
Let's bring it. I was going to take this one. I like it a little bit higher, like that one.
Yep.
What's your eyeballs? Actually, just this one. That'll do it, just doing it that way. So look it down the bottom there,
Yeah, I see.
and tell me if it's straight down along the bottom before I'm knocking on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Look at this down here,
Yeah.
all the way across. Is it straight?
That looks a lot better than it
Is it straight? I gotta turn the welder on. That's all I'm looking for, is that to be straight along that square stuff. So you happy there now?
I think that looks a lot better than it did, yeah.
Okay. Watch your eyeballs. Watch your eyeballs. Okay. Let's take a looky poo poo. Awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah. Rad cap's up in here. Let's get that up, no problem. I'm just going to hold it up for you for a second, so you can take a look at it. See what we got. On the top, the rad hose. On the top, the rad hose has changed from over here. Does not matter. This rad hose down here is the same. We bought a radiator cooler for it, and I don't think we needed it now that we have a radiator. Let's pick it up and see what it looks like. I'm going to pick it up by the, well, I know what it's going to look like. This one. So basically, when the front end goes on the car, this is the way you're going to see it. So you're really not going to see anything other than a new radiator. Now, I could have, but then again, I didn't. You can see where I cut that off, how close that is in. I might just make it a little dab of weld on the back side too, to hold that in there just a little bit nicer. We're in there nice and straight. Seems to be really good, so I'm just going to weld it in there. I don't think it would hurt that radiator or anything at all, me welding that in there. So I'm just going to go for it. And this was a find at the car swap meet. That's why they're fun to go to, because you can get stuff to help you on your project. I'm just going to do these one dot at a time, right? Air and blow them off. Probably should have done that in the first place. I would hate to loosen up any solder, but I don't think I'm around any solder on the side of those. And this puts the strength back in our square piece that holds our shell together. It puts all the strength back in it. You know what feels nice? To be your own hero. Feels good, you know, take my own time, my own brain, and solve my own problem, and feels good. Because that's what I asked for, wasn't it, baby? So was there anybody that can be a hero and fix this radiator? And today, I'm my own hero. Now, it only had, if you can remember, I cut them tabs off. It only had 4 bolts holding it on. This construction right here, where it's welded onto, is 4 tabs welded on or soldered onto the radiator, so it's not going anywheres. And it only had 4 to hold it on in the first place. So I'm thinking that if I left it with them 4 weld marks in there, it's not going anywheres. That's what I'm thinking. I can pick it up, obviously, and I can probably tack it maybe a couple more times in there. Might not be a bad idea. Bad idea. I'm going to tack it in there. What the heck? I'm going to go for it. Just because, why not? I can. See how it works. Wonderful. Perfect. Glad I did it. It's just 6 little spots that you'd have to rip off to get that radiator there, and it's making it stronger. If you awesome. Happy with that, very happy. Now, I'm going to tear the tape off that. Rooster actually cleaned this radiator when he was down and did a fantastic job. We had to modify it, but it's some nice to work on it being clean. That off. Give me a second. I think I have everything other than the old red. Doug! Bring it. Not sure how I want to put this on there. But this was on the outside. Let's pull these, turn these things off. Yeah. Keep our rubbers all in place there. Oh, that one fell out. Damn it. Just gonna hook that back up on that. See if we can place that in there. Place them. You want to take the fan, just hold the fan for a second. Let's see if I can stand this up there. And then we can plant that on there. I'm thinking we're going to want the wires down this way. Turn it this way. Let's put it in the center of that radiator if we can. Just a sec, Rob. I want this red fan to be in the center. We can probably pull these things out, probably. Actually. No. We don't want to do that yet. Because, what am I going to say? We should pull them things right out. Yeah, pull them right out.
Place it.
And then we'll place it and put it in ourselves. Yeah. Just remember how it goes. Yep, classic one. Rod doesn't do this for a living, but he probably has fun playing with it, that's for sure. Rod works in the hospital with Rod, right?
Yep.
And, let's put it on there and see what we like. See if we can get down there. I just want, actually, now that we have it, I'm going to put this radiator on. Now let's take the fan there. I'm going to put the radiator on, then we'll put it on that way. Then we know where everything's falling. What's falling now? I'm going to put this on, and then we'll put the fan on. I'm going to take these nuts off. That has to stay on. The washer can come off. Back in order here. Back inside there. Actually, we'll just go back a bit. Hey. We're going down in, are we? I tacked them on. It probably wasn't the right spot, but it's on there. That goes out to the thing. That goes on the radiator. You have the all of that. I probably. Right. I didn't space them obviously just perfect, and that's why it's going down through them holes a little bit different. But once we get a little pressure on it, she'll come down, or it'll go in place. I'm sure of it. I didn't have to, I suppose, do that, but I did. I just want to get her down on there. Everything's good. Let's put this bad boy back on. Now, rod, we want to slide it through the. Slide it through. Slide it through. There. Here, give me another one. I'll slide one through. Thank you. Thank you. So it goes on the rubber thing first,
and then the one washed, and then the other end.
Rubber thing.
Yep.
We don't want to. I don't know if that's going on with this or not, but that don't have to go on tight, but just put it, just slide it right here. That's good. Yeah, we'll do the other one, get it out of this thing here. Yeah, if you want to do that one. Yeah, we'll go for that. I'm hoping that we're just, yeah, we probably could have went a little bit higher. Nope, we're fine. Hope it doesn't have to be moved. Fina's doing her job. Where'd that last one go, Rod? Do we know? You got a.
My sister.
Oh, okay, you got. Oh, just a minute now. That's just a plastic washer. Maybe I've got. Actually, that plastic washer is supposed to go on this side, I think.
On the opposite side?
It is supposed to go on this side, but we got a little washer, so I guess it don't matter.
Well, yeah.
I guess it don't matter, but yeah.
It's the
It was supposed
rubber, then the...
These washers were supposed to go in here, I think. Well, no, they wouldn't fit in there. No, they're supposed to go in there. On this side.
Rubber.
Rubber and then the plastic washer.
Yep.
And then the...
And tap here.
Could have went up a little bit, but that's fine. It got her. You have the little one tab for this one? Rod was going to hold out on me. So we got that on there. Now, the front end can be bolted back on. Actually, as I've got that in there, let's check out our, we got this go fixed. See we're going here. That was there before. We're gonna have to come over here. That's not so bad. I don't think it's so bad. I'm just gonna go over here now. Come over this side. You can see, haha, that's a lot better. I made this thing because we had that turn up on that radiator. Remember we had that turn up and we had to go through there and all this? Now it's just an elbow to go into the radiator. Now we're cooking with gas now. That's a good one. That fixes that. That's good. So basically all we do now is we have to apply this and put this together. Just put the fan back on. We just put the fan back on. And everything's fantastic. And we still have then we still put our front end on. Now we're cooking with gas. We got a brand new radiator inside the radiator that was on before. And if you took and come back here and took a picture of it, you would not know that I put a radiator inside that. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep playing with it. We'll keep putting it on, keep tightening it up, make sure I'm going right. Probably we'll put a little black paint on that probably. Just to make it look a little better. We're kind of trying things out here. It's going fairly good. I'm happy with it.
You want to go check on Nate?
What? I'll just go check on Nate. Nate is trying to get the car working right again. We did a bunch of work to the engine, if you remember, right? Changed the intake, changed the carburetor. No, we didn't change. Yeah, we changed the carburetor, changed the intake, did the covers, did a bunch of stuff to it. Put a distributor. No, did you put a distributor in this? Yeah. Put a distributor in this. Yeah, because we had to because of the intake. And basically trying to make it run right. How you making out?
It's 2 teeth off on the distributor.
Okay.
The carburetor accelerator pump ain't working. That's a new pump and stuff. I don't know what's wrong with that carburetor.
Okay. Well, I mean,
It
it
ain't panning out.
no.
Something else is going on there. We'll figure it out. We just need some time to fool with it.
And that's what it takes, time. Anyway, so that's what Nathan's doing, is trying to figure that out, get that rocking and rolling. We've got the radiator figured out now. Basically now we just have to hook it up, make sure that don't leak, and then we'll get that one rocking and rolling. And there was some time that was that's been in there for a little over a month or more. The time we did the hot rod, it's been in there a month or more. So that's the time I took to not do anything to it. Kept on working. When we got back to it, then we fixed it. Now we're moving on. That's a good thing. If you can do that on your project, God bless you. Have a great day. Come back tomorrow and we'll be here.